Speaking of NBA culture, the NBA has fined Ja Morant, the Memphis guard, $75,000 for his latest gun gestures. On the court, obviously, he had the problem a year or two ago at the Denver strip club, bringing guns in there. And so he's a bit of a target. He's had other issues off the court, had a long suspension, 2 years ago. Steve, Jay Williams made an interesting comment that I wanted to discuss. Jay, the former NBA player, former Duke star, ESPN broadcaster. I understand the context around Ja Morant, but I can't shake this thought. We live in a country obsessed with guns, glorified in film, music, and even marketing. So when an NBA player mimics that energy on the court, we're outraged. You can't profit from the image and punish the imitation. I think it's interesting what Jay Williams says. I think he's getting at some truth. I also think he's leaving out a bit of the marketing
Yeah.
push because the NBA is in bed with hip hop culture. The music they pipe into all the arenas celebrate guns and gun violence. And it is a bit hypocritical to fill your arenas with that much gangster image and then say, hey, but Ja Morant, don't mimic that energy. Don't feed into that energy. Anyway, what do you think about Jay Williams and my point?
Well, okay. Well, we're leaving out this bit of context. Have we talked about his own past? Morant, he has literally given new meaning to the term shooting guard. I mean, that part is kind of the thing that I think is more important here. And by the way, I'm surprised Williams didn't also add. I love this one. We're a nation built on violence. I'm so sick of hearing that. That's something that people say to try to sound smart. And I'm always thinking, yeah, what if we are? So what? Most civilizations are built on some sort of violence. So I don't know what that has to do with the price of tea in
Conquest.
China. I really don't. But the reality is this: given Morant's history and his record, I think it's different than when an average NBA player who does that gesture. I think that's the key. I really do. If it was anybody else, no one would care. But given his past, yeah, I think it's different.
Okay, I get his past, though, Steve, but I also get the present of the NBA and its culture. And they love hip hop. They love every rapper that talks about guns, talks about shooting people, talks about degeneracy and all that other stuff. They pipe the music in constantly. And so, yeah, go ahead. Yes, Ja Morant has a unique history. Discipline him. But if you're really against this culture, if you're really against this kind of negative messaging, why not remove that from your arena entirely?
Well, okay, that's a different. You're right. I don't disagree, but you're not getting rid of the music. I'll be honest. I think most
Why
of these
not?
people, it's too pervasive. It's stuck. When
Well,
you give them an inch, they've taken a mile. And these cultural norms now have shifted. What may have been not acceptable in 1985, C. Dolores Tucker tried to warn us.
I know, but
Well,
you're
now,
making the argument, Steve, that like we can't make America great again. Then it's
well,
all useless and purpose. You can't
you
put
can
the
only
toothpaste
make
back
those
in the
great
bottle.
again who are willing to change. But Jason, I remember when the National Football League, in mass, didn't matter who you are, what your criminal record was, didn't matter how you behaved, you couldn't do the throat slash gesture. They saw it a few times. They're like, we're cutting that out. You don't have to be OJ not to be banned from it. You're just not doing it.
You want to avoid the headache I went through getting into my new home? Guess what? Glenn Beck's got the answer for you. Real estate agents I trust. I went through a long, difficult process of finding the right real estate agent because Glenn didn't tell me he had a company that could do all the work for me. That's why I'm telling you, real estate agents I trust. You can get into your home, you can sell the home quicker, easier than I did if you use real estate agents I trust. That's realestateagentsitrust.com.
So, in my view, one thing that I would do is I would not single out one player because that is unfair, even with Morant's record. I would just say, guys, we're still a corporation. We're still trying to be family friendly entertainment. Let's not try to give the impersonation or the impression, excuse me, that we want to put a cap in your butt. Okay, so what I would say is if I'm Adam Aluminum, the most gutless, spineless commissioner in all sports, I would actually finally show us that and say, guys, nobody's allowed to do it.
I agree with you. That would be one way to cut it out, but it would not. To me, it's like, what's the point? If everybody, if half your players are going to be tatted up like they just got out of Rawway State Prison, if you're going to allow your players on the court to constantly call each other the N-word, and you're going to pipe in all of this gangster rap music and turn it into a 2 Live Crew show, if leave Ja Morant alone.
Well,
At this point, I mean, your environment is helping Ja Morant think he's doing the right thing. I don't think they have an interest at all in being a family-friendly environment. I think they have an interest in being part of hip-hop and supporting what they call black culture and promoting that. And Ja Morant is just following the lead and the energy of the entire league.
Jason, in all fairness to 2 Live Crew, they were more about booty clapping music, not bang bang shoot 'em up, kill a guy. That's a little genre. I get it. They were pretty profane though. I would, boy, this would be tough. I guess for one night, I would like to go to an NBA game and actually chart the music they play because I know it's hip hop, but is it the bang bang shoot 'em up, kill a?
Yes.
It is. It's not just
it's bitches and hoes. I can't. There's a song. Get the theme song. Look it up. Google it, Luke, for me, Luke. The theme song for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's out of the movie Hustle and Flow, I think. And they play it all the time. And again, it's not bang bang. Psycho. That's not the name of the song, though. I don't think. There's a chant that goes along with it. The Memphis Grizzlies. They play it at every Memphis Grizzlies game. Steve, talk while I'm.
Yeah, I mean,
hitting
again,
this Google.
I would look. Is some of the music, particularly the hip hop stuff, profane? Is it something that you would want a high school to play at their high school prom, even though they do? Right, but how much of it is actually that graphic? That's all I'm saying, because there's also other versions, radio editions of certain songs that have been a little bit censored, a little bit softened a little bit. I mean, again, I don't know. Are they really playing Boys in the Hood really throughout every, television timeout in these arenas? That's what I'd like to know. Just how profane is this music at this point?
Why can't I find the damn song? I can't. Isn't it Trick That B or something like that? Whoop That Trick. It's Whoop That Trick.
That's a family-friendly message.
Yeah, that's family.
That's
Whoop That Trick. They play at the Memphis Grizzlies all the time. Yeah. Oh, I know they do. Trust me. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I've seen Draymond and everybody. Whoop that. Yeah, they play it virtually every game. I've seen visiting players all get into it. So I don't blame Ja Morant. If they're going to play Whoop That Trick inside the Grizzlies arena, he can make gun gestures. I think Jay Williams has made a great point here.
Well, I guess. I grew up when they played I Loved L.A. I Love L.A. by Randy Newman at the Laker game. Now that was music back then. But again,
we will rock you.
Okay, everyone
Lakers games.
Right. Also, ESPN put out a disc. Remember the DVDs? ESPN Sports Rock Jams. I played that. They had a lot of good. Hip Hop Hooray was on that one. That was a good one. But the issue is, again, to get a little bit serious, based on Morant's past and his past transgressions, which we are willing to forgive and forget, he's the last person you want doing this. Would you at least agree with that, Whitlock?
There's no question. There's no question. But somebody's got to be the face of NBA idiocy, and he stepped up. Anthony Edwards doesn't want to be the face of the league.
Yeah. He's the only one.
Well, no, it's a long. Everybody wants to be the face of idiocy in the NBA. No one wants to be the face of the league. No one wants to be Jordan. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.